commend you on your bold initiative to improve the lives of the women.
And we're still counting down to December 7. That's our series, Women Power and Politics. Hope that you did enjoy that. Now, let's hit the campaign trail. Of course, this is your election headquarters. We've got just a week to the polls. We start with the NPP's campaign, and our man with the presidential candidate is Elton Brobe. The campaign is in the Ashanti region today. Elton joins us live now. Elton, if you can hear me, a very good morning to you. First of all, bring us up to speed with what the president has been up to. Apologies there. We seem to have some issues with the sound, so we're going to work on that and bring Elton live to you. We've got to apologize. Elton, I cannot hear you, so let's correct your sound and let's bring you back. I think we can now. Elton, go ahead.
Yes, Marvin, so I was talking about the fact that we entered the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi, around midnight of yesterday, and currently reaching you from the Royal Ameta Hotel. We are all getting ready for 3 days here in the Ashanti region. But before coming here, we were in the western region where the president had a day of campaigning, right from Kwesimintim to Mpoho to Agona Kwanta, Takwa, and then finally ending it up in the western region. And the message was simple to the people to go out and vote on December 7, which is just some few days away, exactly 7 days away from today. We'll be queuing up to vote for a president and 275 members of parliament. So the president's message to them was that they should go out there and vote, ensure that the MPP is returning power. He can only win if they vote for him and the MPP's parliamentary candidate. The issue about independent candidates in the western region was quite high on the agenda of the president. At Takwa, for example, Joycelyn Amano, who is an independent candidate, after failing to win the party's parliamentary ticket in the parliamentary primaries, is causing a stir for the MPP in the Takwa and Swayam constituency. This is a seat that the MPP has held since 1996. But the emergence of this independent candidate means that the MPP's chances of retaining the seat is becoming slimmer by the day. President Akufo-Addo took turns to address the crowd and said that he would only work with Mr. Duka, who is the parliamentary candidate on the ticket of the MPP in the upcoming elections. George Duka, I'm talking about, and that for anybody who is claiming to be an independent and campaigning on the backs of the MPP, that person should be rejected. And indeed, he took on the ex-president, describing his campaign as full of deceit and fabrications and all that. So we are now back in the Ashanti region, which is home to the MPP, because if you want to look at the electoral map, the Ashanti region always comes on top when it comes to voting for the MPP. And for political watchers, any party that is able to win 75% and more of the popular votes in the Ashanti region always stand a better chance of winning the national election. Because if you look at the voter population, the Ashanti region comes second after the Greater Accra region. But in terms of parliamentary seats, the Ashanti region has majority across the country. So this is a very unique region. The MPP in the 2016 election won by 1.64 million of the popular votes, representing 75%. The NDC, John Mahama, had 503,000 votes, representing a little over 20%. The NDC's target in 2016 was to win at least 30% of the popular votes, and that would have meant a win for them in the general election, but it didn't happen. So now, with the revised electoral roll, we have more people on the electoral register here in the Ashanti region, which means that the MPP have to work hard to win the over 75%, and they are targeting over 80%. And their belief is that if they are able to win 80% of the popular votes in the Ashanti region, that will cancel at least 5 regions in the 16 regions in this country, putting them in a better position to retain power in the upcoming elections. But how is the party hoping to do this? President Akufo-Addo is expected to make 19 stops in the 3 days ahead of us, right in the Ashanti. It tells you the importance they are attaching to this before he will now come back to Accra between Friday and Saturday to wrap it up. Kwesi Che, who joins me here, is the Director of Communications here in the Ashanti region for the MPP. He's been with the party since. And we just want to find out from him the party strategies going forward, because now it looks like the message is changing from attacks on the opponents and rather getting people to go out in their numbers to vote on election day. Mr. Kwesi, you're welcome to join you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
So how is the region doing as far as the MPP chances is concerned?
Yeah, the region is doing very well. Let me say hello to everybody. The region is doing very, very, very well, and we can assure you of that 47 that we have targeted. We are going to do exactly that. And we are going to get more people out to vote. We are going to get the numbers, and then, you know, make sure we win this election for Addo. We're definitely going to do that. We started almost about 3 years ago, gone to all the constituencies, all the polling stations, all the areas we have been there. We know the type of work that we have done. We know the enthusiasm that is, you know, that's coming up around. And we know that people are going out there to vote for His Excellency the President massively. That's what I can say for now. I
have seen videos and pictures from Asawase when the flag bearer of the NDC went there. Quite massive. Some people were like shocked. This is Ashanti, and NDC has this number of people following them.
To be shocked, because you know the NDC has people here, obviously. Aswansi, they won Aswansi. So if the people of Aswansi alone went with him, I think you can see the numbers. So there's nothing to talk about when it comes to the people who are coming. And I think they had some people too. It was an Ashanti region then. But I said, so there's nothing like shock. There's nothing like shock. I'm telling you, they're going to lose big time.
What is the target for 2020 for the Ashanti region, for the popular votes and the parliamentary seats?
The target is to make sure that we win all the 47 seats. We're targeting to make sure that about 90% of the votes will get it.
And why would the region vote that massively for 90%? Is it because you've done so much development in the region to merit their vote, or is it just because you think that the MPP is strong with the Ashanti, and regardless of whatever you do in the region, they will come out and vote?
It's because the president is credible, because the president promises and delivers, and because of the massive infrastructural development projects that are going on here. Most of the projects that were left to rot, like the Konfanochi Hospital about 40 years ago, is now being done. You look at Bekwai Hospital, it was there for about 40 years. It's been completed. TEPA has been done. The roads, I think you know the Kumasi very well. The road network here, I think you can see it for yourself. And come to think of it, the free SHS has done a lot of things for us. When it comes to cocoa, you can see what has happened. There are a lot of cocoa farms here in Ashanti region. You can see how the whole thing works out. We went to TEPA and we were told that 1 acre, they were getting about $4. Now this same acre, because of what has happened to the cocoa sector, they are getting about 16 to 18 bucks. The $4 was giving them 475 cedis per bag, and now there's 16 bucks is giving them 660 per bag. So I think you can see it. You come to planting for food and jobs. It's there for all to see. The warehouses are there. When you go to a DRA, you can see that 2,000 capacity, 2,000 ton capacity warehousing. They are there with a mill, which is also there. Our lights are on. People are getting small facilities like the loans that they are getting to support themselves from NBSSI, and a host of other things that is happening right here.
But some are complaining, and this is not related only to the Ashanti region. It's a general complaint across the country, the fact that cost of living is high. People are finding it difficult to keep their heads above water.
Where?
And for that reason, it may have a significant impact on the elections. How do you address this?
No, there's nothing like that. What type of living are you talking about? What type of living? You always have to live within your means. You understand? And you also have to make sure that you save good. It's not how much money you earn that makes you rich. It's how much money you can save. So if you do good savings, you do your good calculations, you can stay. And then you'll be okay.
I have checked the present itinerary for the next 3 days, and I see a lot of drive-thrus. I don't see a lot of Deba and mini rallies for him to address. I see a lot of drive-thrus. Is it for the populace to see him?
No.
What really is behind this?
President has already been here. You understand? And I think with this trip, he will also like to visit the areas that he wasn't able to visit. So, and it shouldn't be Debes standing in one place for some time. And I think we have only 3 days to go. he has another assignment in Accra that he has to also complete. So I think the visit stuff will do. It's good planning for him to also visit the places that he couldn't visit during the last visit that he came. So I can assure you that we are well on the ground. We are prepared for the job. We are, we are ready to fight. Ready.
Let me ask my final question so that I can let you go. I see you have a lot on your hands this morning. But last week there was this survey results that came from the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana that put Akufo-Addo ahead of his main opponent John Mahama. That is, if elections were to be held today, the NDC will win, but the MPP will win by 51%. Now we've had similar ones from the CDD and the EIU and other pollsters. Does it make you complacent? What kind of confidence does it give you going into the elections?
Yeah, we will not throw away any research that has been done, never. But it will make us complacent. We are not going to sit down. We are on track. We are doing the job. And it's not because of the results that we are going to say that, oh, let's rest. We are looking at, I am personally constituted, I'm looking at something about 60% plus.
60% for the president?
I'm telling you that. And he's definitely going to get it. He's definitely going to get it because it's massive. When you visit any part of this region, the region that gives the number of votes, the whole number of votes, if you visit any community, every community has benefited from what is happening. And the people say it themselves. You can see a woman who has about Tom twins and he was asking herself, what would I have done if this free SHS is done? Free SHS is a game changer. You understand? The railways is on.
The biggest survey actually will be what happens after December 7th. What are you doing to encourage people to go out in their numbers to vote?
Precisely. We are telling everybody that don't be complacent. Go out there and cast your vote. That is where the votes will be counted. So if you stay home and you say you're not going, please make sure your vote is counted. Make sure you are there. Call your friends, call your family, call them on phone, call them, and then let them all go with you so you can vote. You vote number one. The countdown starts from now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, when you get to the 1, there's nothing more again. And vote 1 for the president, vote 1 for the parliamentary.
For security, are you happy with what has been put in place to ensure people, go through the exercise of their franchise in an atmosphere of peace and then tranquility?
There's going to be absolutely peace. There's going to be anybody who tries to mess up or find himself maybe at the grips of the security forces. So we are saying that there is nothing to fear. And we can assure everybody, every Ghanaian, that nobody from the New Patriotic Party will cause any mess. Because anything that is done negatively will go to affect us. And we've spoken to every constituency, every region, every polling station. Now it is the duty of the polling station executives to do their job. And we are fully behind them. We supported them in whatever ways. And we know they are working. And with the work, the results that will come out will show to everybody that this time around, Ashanti is up and we are going to deliver the 47 seats. We've gone there, we've seen it, and we are talking about it now. And we will make sure that we implement it to the latter. Everybody will be out there. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry who has registered will be out there to cast his vote. And I'm sure the total number of about 90% of the votes will come to the New Patriotic Party right here in Ashanti region.
Thank you very much, Marvi. So that was Kwesi Che. He's the Director of Communications for the MPP in the Ashanti region. The target is 90% of the popular votes and 47 seats all taken in the Ashanti region. That will mean that they will take the seat occupied by the Minority Chief Whip in Parliament, Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak. We are talking about Asawase. We're waiting to see how that will pan out in the upcoming elections. But this is the Ashanti region. This is the MPP stronghold. So if you are feeling the optimism, it's because they are in their backyard. That is how come they sound so optimistic. But 7 days is just some few days away, and the verdict of the people, the biggest survey outcome, will be witnessed in the country.
Absolutely. Elton Brobe is following President Akufo-Addo's campaign there in the Ashanti region for some 3 days, and he says that there will be 19 stops, and they're trying to claim the only 3 seats being held by the NDC in the region. So all 47, can they